there? Okay. All right. We are live on YouTube and other social media handles. Like I said earlier, my name is David Biodomobo. I'm the AZINONET money farmer. I'm reaching you from this side of Nigeria, Bayelsa State, the state capital, Yenagoa. And I want to say a very big thank you to our very humble CEO, very calm and dogged CEO, the president of AZINONET, Mr. Enoch Azigbo too. Thank you so much for many opportunities you've granted me to be relevant in AZINONET nations. Thank you so much, sir, for the gift of AZINONET that God has blessed to mankind through you. God bless you. Thank you so much, the very Ikenga one, Dr. Godson Onoku. Thank you so much for many, many trainings that you've trained me and pushed me into the level I am in AZINONET Nation. Thank you so much, sir. And a very big thank you to Madam Timmy Emmanuel, who is my sponsor. Thank you so much, ma. I will never forget what you've done for me. God bless you amazingly. Amen. All right, we are going to begin now, and tonight's meeting is going to be a remarkable one. I want everybody to be calm, sit back, get your writing material, get your pen, get your book. You go to jot. If you can record, go ahead and record. But all the same, the YouTube is already there. So on this note, I want to present to you an excellent presenter whom Dr. Godson has produced over time. He's going to be taking us through the presentation tonight. None other than Mr. Razak from Abuja. Mr. Razak, over to you, and thank you very much. Mr. Razak, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, but you're not too audible. You can raise the mic a little bit.
Is it better now?
Better a little bit, but still better now.
Is it better now?
Very, very better now.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Abdul Razak. Delighted to be here tonight, share with you what I call a solution, and that is the AZINONET Digital Contribution Scheme. So I want to know if you can see my slide. I want to go ahead and share my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen now? Can you hear me? I hope the network is good enough. Can anybody hear me? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Please, if you can hear me, can you type audio in the chat room? All right, John says he can hear me. Who else can hear me? Oh, loud and clear, thank you. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, type screen. Type screen. If you can see my screen, just type screen in the chat room. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Awa. Thank you, Timmy. So now, can you see my screen? That's very important. I want to know if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, type screen, or just type C, or just type eyes in the chat room. Yes, 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 yes. Screen, yes. All right. So, okay, fantastic. All right. So I want to apologize because I'm actually sharing my screen from my my Gmail account because somehow I couldn't download the screen, but it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that oh, you can see my screen, so we can go along. Now, welcome to the AZINONET digital contribution briefing tonight. Tonight is Tuesday, the 24th of August 2024. And if you're here for the first time, I can say, that you're in the place to be. Somebody who is thinks very, very highly of you, somebody who loves you, has invited you, especially in this at this moment, this time, this is a very critical time in the life of our country. We're dealing with recession. We're dealing also with all sorts of problems that just makes everything really a big snowball of what you call wahala. But there's always a solution, and the solution is what somebody has invited you here tonight to listen to. So I want you to pay rapt attention, and we're going to show you an amazing concept that is just totally going to blow your mind. All right, so please, if you're drawing, if you have, I can see lines on my screen, stop making lines if you're the one. Can you stop it so that everybody has a clear view of the, um, the screen? All right, so straight, off the bat, we are being led by a gentleman, fantastic gentleman, who I've had the pleasure to know for the past 3 years. That is our CEO, Mr. Enoch Azigbetu. He is the humble messenger of the message that we're going to share with you tonight. And this gentleman has a lot of experience in terms of business ownership that spans many decades. So we're in good hands. He and his team of the board of AZINONET Limited bring a lot of experience, a lot of business experience to move this, noble cause, to very, very far distance in the future. The company is registered duly with regulators in the in Nigeria here, including the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, including the Corporate Affairs Commission, who are the custodians of all businesses in Nigeria, and of course the Eagle Eye, that is the EFCC, that is the regulator of all financial crimes, in Nigeria. So we have subjected ourselves to the scrutiny of the law, and of course we have the Nigerian Copyright Commission as well to, stamp a good to go on what we do. So you can see our certificate of incorporation there from the CAC. And then you can see our special control unit against money laundering, which is a certification from the EFCC, the Economic Financial Crimes Commission. And right there, you can see our trademark and our copyright certification from all the agencies that I mentioned already. And there is the copyright for our system. So what that means is that we're 1 in a million, because for you to have a copyright and also a trademark on any system, it means you're the first. That means no other person can duplicate it, because the agency will not give that certification to anybody else. So what can I say? You are at the forefront of a revolution. And that's what this is, because this has never been done before, where a contribution scheme is automated and is also digitized. So the name of the company is AZINONET, AZINONET. And our core values are sincerity of purpose. And the vision is to raise financially stable families. So if you're here and you've always wondered how are we going to survive in our household with bills fighting you from left, right, and center, and every single day, in Nigeria, people sleep these days and they're afraid to wake up, because when they wake up, it's going to be a new dawn in terms of expenses that never thought possible. Every time you go to the markets these days, every time you go to the grocery shops, every time you go to the supermarket, it's very likely that you will not be paying the price or the prices that you paid the last time you visited those vendors. Every time there's price hike, and they will always tell you, is it Tinubu government? Is the government? The government is making things very, very difficult. So Nigerians these days are very careful every time they get up to go and shop, whether it's local markets, whether it's supermarkets, whether it's even buying petrol, because even vendors of petrol, the prices vary from one petrol station to another. People end up queuing up these days to buy, expensive petrol. It's very difficult, even for commercial, vehicle owners to even do business. That's how bad it is. Now, what we have is a solution, a digital contribution system, which is domiciled in USD, that's the United States dollars, for convenience, just for convenience, okay, because you're going to be paying in Naira anyway. But that has just been put in place to make sure that, operations are very easy, very stable, that's the word, very stable, so that you don't have to, come today, it's one price, and the next day is another. So we have pegged the dollar rate at a fixed amount. And this system is already changing lives. It's been set up to change lives. And already in the few months that operations has started, tell you what, lives are getting impacted already. And we're reaching every single area in Nigeria that we can right now. So right now we have our members who live in Warri. We have members in Benin, Lagos, in Abuja, where I am broadcasting from. We have several members here. We have members in Port Harcourt. We have members in Asaba. We have members in Enugu, Akure, Kano, Okene. I know for sure that we have members in Ibadan, because part of the people that are in our team, probably that lady is on the call tonight. I just reached out to her a few days ago, and already we have a team that is springing forth from Ibadan, even Ogun State. So Sokoto, I know Sokoto. Part of our team is growing out of Sokoto as well. So it's beginning to go viral, and it's a movement that there's just no stopping. It's just going to grow and grow and grow. The head office of AZINONET is at C26 F&J Plaza. That is opposite the Safari Pharmacy by the police post at Warren, Warri in Delta State. So you're very, very free, to walk over to the office, check it out. If you live in Delta State, it's very easy. And if you're outside of Delta State and you know people who are in Delta State, just give them a call and tell them to go check this out, because the office is always open, to our members, right? So moving forward, we're going to introduce you tonight to a beautiful future, your future. What are your aspirations? What do you intend to achieve? What do you want? You can be, you can have, you can do the things that you want, especially when there's a means for doing it. somebody once, remarked that money is not, everything, right? But it ranks right up there with oxygen. Money is not everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. You're able to breathe because oxygen is up there, right? And you'll be able to also breathe in terms of financially, when there's money, you can do lots. It's not the money, right? But it's what you can do with money. So we're going to be showing you, how to actually generate um, cash flow. Cash flow is very, very important. So right now, let's look at the cash flow quadrant. The cash flow quadrant is an innovation of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is a multi-billionaire. He's an author, he's a trainer, he's a financial expert, and he came up with the cash flow quadrant years ago. And it's just a quadrant. It has four different it has two sides, but four different quadrants. On the left-hand side, we have the employee and the self-employed persons. Those are people who are in an employee, they're employed by an organization, by an office. And then you have specialists, you have people we call them solo, right? That means that they have a profession, doctors, architects, carpenters. And then on the right-hand side of the quadrant, we have the business owner and also the investor. Now, where are you on the quadrant? 95% of people in the world are actually on the left-hand side of the quadrant. That means they're either employees or they're self-employed. What that means is you're simply trading your time and effort for money. That's just what it means, all right? It's, it's a great thing to have a job. It's a great thing to be self-employed, but you're really grinding your time, your life as an employee and also as a self-employed person, because for business to go on, you must be present. You cannot leave your job or you cannot leave your business for too long a time. Otherwise, you'll be fired. And if you're self-employed, if you're not there, it's going to be mismanaged. You're going to lose your business. On the other side, you have the business owners and also the investor quadrant. Now, that's where wealth is generated. And 5% of the world population, that's where they are, because they understand that, for me to actually earn income, for me to be wealthy, I need to have a business. I always tell people, I even told somebody in a private meeting this morning, that you can never truly be happy except you're producing. And what does it mean to produce? It means you have a business. It means you have a business that, whether you're there or not, you have a system that is generating income for you. All right. So that's what it means. So where are you right now, and where do you want to be? What we're showing you tonight will quickly take you, if you're on the left-hand side of the quadrant, will take you quickly to the right-hand side of the quadrant. You can become a business owner and an investor easily with what we're showing you tonight. And all it takes is for you to connect other people to what we shall show you tonight, because there's power in people. All right. You don't follow the money, you follow the people. And you follow the people, the money will come. It's just natural. It's just natural. I was watching a documentary just earlier about Jack Ma, the CEO of Alibaba. This was somebody that came from humble beginnings, nothing. He didn't have anything, but he had the belief that all I have to do is serve as many people as possible. When everybody said no, when he was even looking for $3,000 to set up Alibaba, he could not get financing from anywhere in the world, anywhere in China. Nobody would give him money. But you know what? He stuck to his guns, was able to raise about $50,000 from private equity, and that day is history. He became, one of the richest people in China. In fact, he was the richest person in China for some time. I'm not sure if that is his current status at the moment, but that's what happens when your focus is on people. So what we have here is an infusion of technology into what has been in our culture for centuries. Our forefathers, way back, as far back as you can ever remember, your forefathers, your great grandfathers. This is what they used to do back then. You could just wake up and say, okay, my child is going to get married. Okay. And maybe that's going to be in 6 months or in 1 year or in 2 years. And I don't have the money, to make that happen. So what did they do? Simply just walked out of their huts. At that time, a lot of Africans, very humble beginnings, or thatched, apartments, and you just go knock on your neighbor's door. Could be your brother, could be your cousin, could be, your friend, and say, Baba Giorgio, Agnes is getting married next year, and I don't think I can come up with the money for the ceremony. Do you think you can join me so that we start a contribution? We can ask Baba Damu next door. We can ask my other cousin, maybe 5 up to 10 people come together and they make a contribution. It's kind of a rotational saving where you save money in anticipation of collecting the money in a bulk form so that it becomes useful for you. So it takes, time for that to happen. Most times, it's a monthly affair. Every single month, somebody qualifies to take the pot, and then the money is given to that person until it goes around everybody who is participating. So what we have done in AZINONET is to infuse science, the 2x2 matrix, and also technology. We've automated the plan, and also there's a compounding factor. So how does it work? Like I said, a couple of people come together. That's the traditional way. We have now made it digitalized. Now you don't have to worry about the number of people, getting so many people who will become part of that plan, if I can say that. So it's just a plan. It's just what's called, an arrangement, so to speak. So that is not what we do here. You don't have to go and look for 10 people, 20 people. No, all you do here is you come and make one single contribution, which is $10. $10. And the company has fixed the rate of exchange is pegged at 1,500. So you pay 15,000 naira, one time, lifetime contribution. That's all you do. All right. It's 10 US dollars, which is 15,000 naira. And then once you do that, you are already a bona fide member of AZINONET. All right. If you place in round one, the round one contribution, and all you have to do, the requirement is very, very easy to achieve. All you have to do is invite just 2 persons. Invite 2 persons to do exactly what you have done. Is that too hard to do? Come on, think about it. I am almost certain that everybody who's on the call right now, and we have how many people? Let me see. We have up to 68 people right now. I believe all of us are adults. All of us are adults. And guess what? We all have that device. We all have a mobile phone. So I can safely say that every single person has at least 200 people in their phone book right now, saved as contacts. And you tell me that you cannot find 2 people? Are you kidding me? That is, when I think about it sometimes, because what can you do in this life without people? Really, tell me. What can you do in isolation? It's just impossible for you, to do anything by yourself. You have to get involved with people, whether you're buying, whether you're selling, whether you're learning, whether you're driving. Can you fix your car by yourself? Can you manufacture petrol by yourself? Everything that we do is in collaboration with other people. So you have up to 200 people in your phone book that you can share this information with. and definitely you'll find 2 persons. And that's it. That's it. Once you've put in that requirement, you're done. You're done. You don't have to do anything more. You don't have to do anything more in terms of the requirements. The next thing that you do is just collaborate with the 2 people that you have invited to also do the same. That's all you do. Now, once you do that, because you will get a 2x2 matrix. That's the science. There's a 2x2 matrix with just 2 levels. First level will hold the 2 people that you invited directly, while the second level will hold 4 people that your 2 invited. And that's it. Once you complete that, you are entitled to your first contribution, your first take-home earnings. All right. So as you can see, that's a completed board. Once you have 6 people on your board, including yourself, which makes it 7, you have completed your board, and then you can now be paid your first earning of 36 USD. And if you multiply that by the pegged rate of 1,500, that's 54,000 Naira. Are you happy? Of course you're happy. How much did you contribute? Just 15,000 Naira one time. And you're now qualified for a total earning of 54,000 Naira. So guess what? This is what I love about the AZINONET digital contribution system, the compounding effect. The 8th wonder of the world by, which was described by Albert Einstein, the late Albert Einstein, says the 8th wonder of the world is compounding. Compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. So the company, will compound your 15,000 Naira for you, because they will not give you the entire 54,000 Naira. 30,000 Naira is set aside to be utilized as a contribution for you in your second round. So you go home with 24,000 Naira, which is paid directly into your bank account. Directly into your bank account. So what that means is, right from the onset, when you decide to be part of this community, because it's a community that is growing very, very fast, it's a movement actually. When you decide, you will be required to do a registration. At that time, you'll provide your banking details, where you want to receive your earnings. All right, so that amount is paid into your bank account, and $20 is used to contribute that, which is 30,000 Naira is used to contribute for you in round 2. All right. So as you can see in the diagram, there are different rounds. And for each round, once you complete it, the same 2x2 matrix is the same format, is the same science. And we operate what we call a follow me matrix. So what that means is that once you're in round 2, all you have to do is assist the 2 people that you invited to also complete their round 1. How? Just show them what you did and teach them to also invite 2 people. Once they do that, they complete their own matrix, and they're also eligible to receive 54,000 Naira. 24,000 is given to them to take home, and 30,000 is used to contribute in round 2 for them. So this literally just follow you to the next matrix, and they'll meet you on that matrix, and that goes on and on and on for round 3, round 4, round 5, on and on, all the way up to the 15th round. So there are 15 rounds of contribution. Once you arrive at the 15th round, the take home, the collection, the contribution that you will walk away with is a whopping 384 million Naira. Let me repeat that. That's 384 million Naira. Now, that sounds pretty outlandish, right? But guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Very soon, you will hear that a member of the AZINONET digital contribution scheme has just earned 384 million naira. Guess what? It could be you. It could just be you on the call tonight. Why? Because the system has been created to allow you to succeed as fast as you want. So the person who has invited you tonight, it's possible for you to overtake the person if you're passionate about this system, if you believe in this system, and if you put in the work. There is nothing that can be achieved without sweat. All right. Anything that does not require effort is suspicious. If there's no effort, if there's no system in place for you to achieve it, it's suspicious. So right here, we have a very plain and open system where all you have to do is put in the effort and you will achieve the result. And the result is you want to get the 15th round as quickly as possible. Now, once you get there and you sum up every earning from round 1 through round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to round 15, the entire amount of money that you would have generated is 767,964,000 naira. I'll repeat that. That's 767,964,000 naira. And guess what? It all started with a contribution of 15,000 naira. This is such a brilliant idea. It sounds unbelievable, but that is exactly what it is. All you have to do is contribute 15,000 naira. So we are leveraging on the power of numbers here. We're coming together as a community, as a movement, and by simply contributing 15,000, each of us will be able to walk away with over 700 million naira at some point in the future. Now, what are your dreams? I mentioned that at the beginning. What are those things that you want to be in the future? All right. Do you want to, aspire to be a doctor? You want to, or you've always aspired to own, a big restaurant. You want to be a big tycoon. What do you want to be? What do you want to have? What do you want to have? What are those things, that you want to have in your life? Beautiful relationships with your spouse, great, loving, affection with your children. Money makes things easy. Just imagine that you're broke all the time. What kind of relationship are you going to build with your spouse, with your children? You're always on edge. In fact, some people even run away because they cannot stand not being able to cater for their families. They leave, they take off. Some people just run away and leave their families. There's a solution here we have for you. What's your dream home? What kind of house you want to live in? What kind of car do you want to drive? Do you want to go on vacations with your family? You want to build loving relationships with your spouse and your children. Guess what? It's easier when you have the finances to do so. Like I said at the beginning, money is not everything, but it ranks up there with oxygen. Some people cannot breathe without money. It's just a fact. And I'm sure you've been in such situations yourself. You are hard up for money and you just get really cranky. Every time somebody says something, your wife says something, your children, you bark at them. Guess what? There's a solution right now. You don't have to worry again. It's just a matter of time. It's not if anymore. If I have money, if I can only do this, if I can only... No. Throw away the ifs. It's now a matter of when. When is it going to happen for me? Because I believe in the system. I'm going to make my contribution of 15,000 naira right now, tonight. And then I'm going to start to look forward to when it's going to happen for me. When am I going to earn the first 24,000 naira? When am I going to earn the next 45,000 naira? When am I going to earn the next 90,000, 180,000, on and on? When will it be possible for me to take that pot of 384 million naira? And, you know, your life just begins to change. You begin to think about creating a legacy for yourself. It's no longer now me. It's no longer about you. It's no longer about me. It's about what you can do for the next fellow, that neighbor, that relative, that brother, that niece of yours, that cousin of yours. You start to give. You start to create a legacy for yourself. Now that's living. That's living. And that is only possible right now with the AZINONET digitized contribution scheme. And you're not alone in this journey. The company has created a very, very, robust system of support for you. All right. So we're with you every step of the way. You don't have to worry. Come in and just decide to unlearn and then relearn, and then we'll hold you by the hands and we'll take you all the way through every single round, all the way to the top. All right. So you're not alone. You're not alone. You will definitely, be amongst people who also are very excited for you to win, because that's for me. Winning is everything. I love to win, and I love to surround myself with winners. I hate crybabies, people who whine all the time. Because when you whine, when you complain, it only makes your situation even, twice as hard. Twice as hard, because you block all your sensibilities for you to even, get a solution, for the situation that you're in the first place. All right. So it's all about leverage. All successful and wealthy people have one thing in common, and that's leverage. You leverage other people's money. You leverage other people's system. You leverage other people's time. Leverage is a power to earn more and more while working less and less, either by having people or money working with you. So who is ready for this? Let's just take a sample right now in the chat room. I mean, do you understand what leverage is? You can't do, there's nothing you can do, by yourself. You can only do something by yourself up to a point. And after that, come on, it just begins to, reverse back on you, because, you cannot be as strong as you are today, tomorrow, next week, next year. You cannot be as determined as you are today, tomorrow, because, you have everything is working, as you grow. It means that you're getting to limits. There's a ceiling of what you can achieve as one person, but you have the opportunity to leverage on other people's intellect. That's what I'm doing right now. Guess what? When I got involved with AZINONET, I had a privileged conversation with the CEO, and he's on the call right now. Guess what I told him? I told him that I believe in AZINONET more than he does. That's what I told him. I said, sir, I believe in this system more than you, the creator. And that's the truth. Because if you don't buy into anything that you're involved with, you will not make progress with it. All right. So now I'm 100%, 110%, 1000%, 1,000,000% sold on this idea. So we have a free registration tonight. All you have to do, is get back to the person who has invited you and tell them you cannot wait to get started. First thing you must do is you must make a payment of 15,000 to AZINONET. All right. fact, we don't even encourage yet, because we don't want you to come in and just take the space of somebody who is willing to pay right away, because our system is designed to make sure that we don't offer we don't have time for tire kickers, for people who waste time. No, 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 no. Because each link can only accept 2 persons. And once you do a free registration, if you don't pay, that means you're blocking the effort of another person. You're taking time, because if you don't pay, within 24 hours or more than that, it's work, because the owner of that link has to go back to support, and they have to, deactivate, delete that free membership. We don't want that. So what you have to do is make a decision. You make a decision that you want to change your life with this amazing concept, and make a payment of 15,000 naira immediately into the account of AZINONET. And once you do that, you begin your journey from 24,000 naira earnings all the way up to 384 million naira. All right. So it's time for you to break the chain. Break the chain of that poverty mentality, or even, poverty in terms of its prevalence in your life, in your household, because we have a solution for you. We have a solution for you. So you just have to make that decision, and, decide right now that you're turning, 360 degrees, and you're taking a new direction for real financial breakthrough in your life and the life of your loved ones. And it's not going to happen except you take the leap of faith. You have to get started. You have to get started. So who is ready? Because I'm ready. I'm fired up. I'm so fired up right now. I can start a new account immediately right now. That is how, strongly I feel about this. I can start new accounts like every single day. Every single day, because this is just an amazing concept. All right. So all you have to do is make a deposit, a transfer, electronic transfer. You can walk out of your door now if you have a POS, operator, nearby. Just go send 15,000 naira. The account of the company is right there. It's domiciled at Guaranteed Trust Bank. The name of the account is AZINONET Limited, and the account number is 071 902 5393. So you can write that out right now. You can see it on the screen. Just write it out. 071 902 5393. Write it out. Pick up your phone. Look, if it's the last 15,000 naira in your bank account right now, send it out. Send it immediately to the company. Take that leap of faith, knowing that you just found a solution to kick, poverty permanently out of your household. And then go to work. Go to work. Just invite. I mentioned earlier, your phone, every SIM has a capacity to have 200 phone numbers in that phone. And that's just the barest minimum. Most of us have smartphones that have unlimited capacity. Well, some have unlimited capacity, some have beyond 200. So you have people who have 500 contacts on their phone, 1,000, 2,000. These days you even put you back up your phone on Gmail if you're using Gmail, and so some that have 5,000, 10,000 people on their contact list, and you tell me that you cannot find 2 persons that just think about this. It's not about you. I have a mentor. He's late right now, and he taught me. His name was Zig Ziglar. He said, "Listen, Abdulrazak, it's very simple. If you want to be successful in this life, all you need to do is help enough people to get what they want, and you will have everything that you want. Let me repeat that. He said, Abdul, and I'm going to call names right now, people who are on the call right now. I'm calling out to you. You have Joyce on the line. Ajayi, I'm calling you out. Aleru, Ali, all of you on the call. Aliyu, we have Ambassador Sundays on the call. I'm calling out to you right now. Ambassador Ape is there. We have Zachary is there. Azuka, I'm calling out to you. How many people did you help today? Do you love to help people? Then you have come to the place where helping people just becomes second nature for you, because you know that the more people that you help, the faster that you're going to 4 million naira in the round 15 of AZINONET. That's just it's just simple. That's just the secret formula here. Just help enough people. And what do people want? People want the good life. People want to have extra money in their pocket. They want to have enough money in their bank account. They want to be able to not worry. Last week was disaster for so many parents here in Nigeria. I know of a friend, who said to me that, when he took his kids back to school, 30% of parents withdrew their children from the school. 30%, because they just, especially those who had, more than one child in the same school, 2 children, 3 children, how could they afford, especially here in Abuja? It's just ridiculous, the kind of fees that, they ask you to pay for school fees here in Abuja. 30%. So how many people do you want to help to, not to worry about school fees next year? How many people do you want to help not to worry about where the money for their rent is going to come from? How many people do you want to help? Some people have ailments in their families. They're struggling to pay medical bills. Some people want to improve their homes. They don't have, water. They don't want to do a borehole in there. Look, just help people to get the good things of life. And what makes that possible? Extra income. That's it. So David, how many people do you want to help? How many people? Donald, how many people do you want to help? Just follow the simple, principle, which I have been living literally since I was taught by the late Zig Ziglar. Every single day, I look for ways to help people. I've done my 2 already, right from, the same day that I heard about this. I did the same day, that was 9th of August. I assisted 2 people immediately. But guess what? I've gone beyond 2. I even brought somebody in today into the system, because I know that as long as I'm helping people to get what they want, I will eventually have what I want. I will not only get it, I will have what I want. So make the decision right now. Do that transfer right away and start living the life that you've always dreamt of. Because it's possible. It's possible through the AZINONET digital contribution scheme. It's a very simple, very easy to achieve, but it's a very powerful thing that is going to change your life and the lives of your loved ones. I want to thank every single person who has joined the call tonight. If you're here for the first time, please reach out to the person immediately after this call. Tell them a big thank you and tell them that you have transferred the funds, and they should send you a link for you to create your account and activate it. And then give yourself a target. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. Decide that you want to earn your first 24,000 naira in the AZINONET digital contribution scheme in 24 hours. Once you make that decision, take massive action, and you'll be surprised that you will achieve it. And that's your journey started. That will take you all the way to round 15, where you will collect 384 million naira. And totally, when you achieve round 15, you will have achieved over 760 million naira. You know what? That amount of money looks good on you. So go get it. Thank you so much for your attention. Now we're going to open the call. If you have any questions, we'll take your questions. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pass the mic back to the moderator so that he'll coordinate the Q&A session. So thank you so much. David, the mic is yours. David, are you there? David? Let me see. Is on the call still? Saw him on the call just now. David? Okay, your mic is muted. David, if you can unmute yourself. Okay. I've asked you to unmute, so you can unmute yourself. And
thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Razak. That was an amazing presentation, straight to the point. I love the way you take it. It's well explained. You take it very slow so that anybody that couldn't get it, we will get it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I'm very, very grateful. God bless you. All right, without wasting much time, we have to move along as to take your questions. All you have to do is just lift your hand, just like the way Taiwo Saliu has done. Just lift your hand and we will give you the privilege to unmute and ask your question. Okay, Saliu, please go ahead and unmute your mic. Saliu Taiwo, you can unmute your mic now. Is someone helping me there? Is Madam Timmy, are you there? Razak? Mr. Razak, please, you can make me a co-host because I'm not a co-host.
Okay. All right, I'll do that right away.
Make me a co-host so that I can unmute them.
Okay, I'll do that right away.
All right. That was an amazing presentation by
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Well understood. If you didn't get it now, I don't know when you will get it. Yes.
All right, so you have hosting rights now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have all right, Sally, go ahead and unmute. Sally, you can unmute now. Sally, are you in the house? Oh, you've gone to bed already. Okay, if you have any question, you can lift your hand and I'll give you the opportunity to ask your question and every answers will be provided for you. Okay. All right, without wasting much time, I think our time is fast spent too, but then I want to call on someone here. David. David, you can go ahead and unmute your mic. Go ahead and unmute your mic, Ken.
Good evening, sir.
So good to have you, David.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, David.
I thank God for tonight. We bless the name of the Lord for this wonderful presentation. Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear, please.
Okay. I want to say something the last time time was not on my side concerning we should make sure people pay before they registered is very, very necessary. Because when I came in newly, I don't know how the thing works. There's a friend of mine that I thought he will come on board. I sent my link to him. He registered himself. But later, he told me he doesn't have the money for now. So I needed to write to the support before they could help me delete the registration. So I want everybody to learn from that, that don't allow anybody to use your link for registration until they pay and you see the proof of payment before you can give them your link for registration. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for that notification. It is very correct. You know, when somebody use your link, you know, I see some people post their link on social media trying to advertise. If someone registered through your link without activating that account, you can be that person will keep you there for the next 10 years until you delete that account or you re-register another account somewhere else. Otherwise, you'll be stuck. So don't let anybody use your link if the person have not made payment, because it is only the proof of payment that could help you activate that account. So Mr. David, that observation was very, very wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, I want to call on someone here. It's my very good friend here, Ali. I'm not seeing my friend here, Ali. Is he here? All right, Mr. Pagoski. Pagoski, how you doing? Hello, Pagoski. All right, Mr. Ali, go ahead. How you doing, Mr. Ali?
Good evening. I'm doing fine. My Vice Chancellor.
Yeah, so good to have you. How is Abuja?
No, thank God. We are doing fine in Abuja, trying to talk to people.
Okay,
today I went to...
I want to know for those that are joining us for the very first time, what are the key challenges that one could face in joining AZINONET or in trying to get prospects? What are the key challenges?
Okay, to me, the challenges might be you have a lot of no. You know, talking to people, they will say no. They've been cheaters before. They have joined online business and their money got lost. They can't do anything like that. It's a great challenge, but it's a challenge also to go ahead. I keep telling people that anytime you have a no, there is a yes somewhere. So it's a challenge, but it's also a challenge to move forward.
Thank you so much. All right, that kind of challenge, Mr. Pagoski, you can go ahead and unmute your mic. That kind of challenge, if you face that kind of challenge, what would be your response? Pagoski, you can unmute your mic now. What would be your response, or what are the modality put in place by AZINONET to help such a situation?
Hello, please, can you come again with that question?
Now, I asked that what are the challenges? I asked Mr. Ali, what are the challenges a new, fresh member of AZINONET might likely to face in terms of getting his prospects? So when you face, and he said that one of the major challenges No, I don't want to do that kind of business. I have been cheated. I've been scammed severally. When you face such challenges, what are your response?
Well, as we all know, a lot of us, including me that is talking now, even before we started AZINONET, we have all our fingers, we've gotten it burnt before. You know, a lot of us here that have involved ourselves with all this puzzle scheme, pyramid scheme, affiliate marketing that never, you know, brought any yield. At the end of the day, the system will crash. So all that you need to do is to encourage them, give them that hope that AZINONET is not built like other platform. You know, you need to give them the hope and that courage. But AZINONET has an entry point, it has an exit point, of which other fraudulent systems, they don't have such kind of, you know, such kind of built. They are not built in that way. So you need to give them that hope. You know, and here we don't have a referral bonus like all those puzzle schemes, the way they are built. Once you refer somebody, then you now have a referral bonus. Here is purely digitized Osusu. Let them know. So you give them that hope.
All right. Thank you so much, Pagoski. Thank you so much.
And now, all our certification, you know, from here to Ministry of Trade and rated. So you should give them that hope and assurance. So before you know it, they will likely join you.
All right. Thank you so much, Pagoski. Thank you. All right. One of the things I want you to know in AZINONET, don't try convincing someone. Don't try going around trying to canvas for AZINONET. You'll be disappointed. All you need to do, which is so easy and simple, send the link, this meeting link, send it to your prospects, to your contacts. Let them join. As they listen to the presentation, that is it. That is it. It is so easy. Okay. All right. Let's go over to Soga. Soga, you can unmute your mic now. I've given you the privilege to unmute, and let's hear you. Tell us where you're joining us from, and let's get your comments.
Good evening, everyone.
So good to have you, Soga.
Okay, what I've noted that I see working also is that when you join AZINONET, you have to work a little bit harder to have a proof. And because
Soga, please, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Please, a round of applause to Mr. Soga for joining us all the way from Netherlands. That's amazing. You're welcome, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, like as I was saying, I said most of the things, because a lot of things has happened in the past, that's always a story. But what I mean is that if you work very hard and you start from your immediate family too, it's not only going out. Start from your immediate family. And once you are able to scale through the first hurdle and you have a proof of payment, this is AZINONET, this is my account, this is what I was paid, and the rest is coming. So people also will be motivated. It's working very, very good. We should work very hard.
Let me ask you a question. Mr. Soga, you are in Netherlands. How did you register with AZINONET all the way from Netherlands? And how did you do it?
I have a one unique friend in this platform. I don't know whether I have the permission to mention his name. It's one of my...
Please go ahead. Of course you have.
I don't know whether he has not given me the permission to mention his name. But
I have
one
given
of
you the permission to mention his name.
no, you can give me the permission, but I don't know about him himself.
Okay, okay.
So
That's
he
a good.
just he's a very good friend of mine, and you know, one of the things I will also tell you, integrity of people also gives you way in whatever you do. That's
No,
why you should not think.
the reason why I'm asking you, many people are here and they
Yeah,
have friends and loved ones in overseas
yeah.
and they want to do it. How did you do it?
It
So that they
was,
can learn,
you know,
so that
like,
they
yeah, they
can
can.
learn
Okay,
from
you
what
know,
you do.
actually, this is what happened. Most of the people that are in overseas, I would say 95% of them has Nigerian accounts.
Great.
That's what it is. Most of them, they have Nigerian account because of the world has been digitalized. Everybody has access to his account wherever you are. So when I was introduced to it by my very good friend, he told me about it and he said, okay, I said, okay, let's see how it works. But I will tell you, I'm just telling people also, they can learn from it. Have integrity in whatever you are doing. And I joined this thing not because I even dig into it fully. Just because he said it, his word was enough for me to say, I'm going to do it. And immediately he told me about it. I brought about more than 7 people at a row. At a row. You understand me?
Wow.
And I started telling them this thing is working and it's going to work. That if you have to go out, and that's why I said you have to work a little bit harder in the beginning to let people see that this thing is working. This evidence of payment that I got. And that is what I would say.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. I hope everyone is listening. You that are asking, I have a loved ones, friends, colleagues in overseas, and they want to do. How will they do it? And Mr. Soga has said that a lot of Nigerians that are living in the diaspora, they have a Nigerian account, so
Yeah,
they could start there. Okay, so
that's
please do well to let them know that it is free. It is a global. AZINONET is a global project. It's not just a Pan-African project. It's a global project. So let's push this thing all through, spread it all. And I tell you the truth, AZINONET, oh my goodness, AZINONET will lift Nigerian and the world economy. AZINONET, and I tell you the truth. Every member of AZINONET, I want you to be strong. I want you to be ready because definitely whatever that attracts the grace of God might also want to attract the stupidity of the devil. That's the truth. That's the truth. So I want you to quickly make the millions. But so when we are called on, everybody is rising up. All right. So I will call on Madam Mirabel. This statement I made, when you attract the grace of God, you will definitely attract the stupidity of the devil. You know what that means. I want you to expatiate more on it. Coach Mirabel, your mic is given to you, and let's fly.
Good evening once again, everyone.
So good to have you, ma'am.
Great. And the statement read does, if you attract the grace of God, you also attract the stupidity of the devil. Am I correct?
Very correct. You know the Nigeria we are living in.
Yes.
Good.
So I want to emphasize here that as a human being, I've said this many times, that whatever you intend to do, the imagination of that act starts from your mind. Wealth starts from your mind. Same as poverty. Some people inherited generational poverty from their father's father. They've never really seen anyone break even. And so if you see yourself on this amazing opportunity called AZINONET, I can assure you that you are attracting the mercy of God to be financially free.
Mm.
And so if you do not stop yourself and tell yourself that you can, that's the simple truth. Once your mind is made up to succeed on this opportunity, for a man who wants to be helped, I tell you, heavens will open and help will come for you.
That's
There's a
true.
structure in place in this opportunity, amazing project, phenomenal. And you just follow the simple rule of what is laid down by the day and your upper guiding you daily. There is no way you will not break through. But I tell you, if you are comfortable with poverty, get ready that you will repeat the same error your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your father repeated to your own generation. So here's an opportunity for you on this amazing opportunity. Don't snooze on it. It is being put in our hands on a platter of gold. Somebody birthed this great opportunity, and you have it. So many people have done countless Ponzi scheme that does not make sense. Put in so much money, as little as 15,000 naira, your life and that of your generation can change. Don't even go too far. Tell yourself in the next few months, I want to make 10 million. That's okay to work with. And see how you will navigate through each level. So back to what he said. If you attract the grace of God, the kind of blessing that will follow you adhering to the rules on this opportunity will know no bound. And if you choose to be lazy and dwell in poverty mentality, you will be following those who are raising placard and saying fuel has increased, because it's yet to increase. That's the reality of our time. But if you want to be truly financially free, the time for you to be free is now. Ensure you sign up today if you are just joining this opportunity. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Coach Mirabel. That's amazing. Amazing. You all know very well that AZINONET is the game changer. AZINONET, if you are joining us for the very first time, here's an opportunity for you all. Don't miss this opportunity. December is just by the corner. At the end of the year, what will you put in place that you've achieved this year? So AZINONET has come to change the narrative. All you need to do, be extra persuasive, be dogged about this newfound business. There are some there's a lady I met here, I think she's here, amazing. I met her just a few days ago, that was on Thursday. On Thursday, she's made over 200,000. Yes, over 200,000. Dogged, she's ready to fly. And you listen to what Mr. Soga said, integrity. I manage over 200 accounts, over 200 accounts. Integrity matters a lot in AZINONET. There are some people, excess money will be paid to your AZINONET account. You cannot even call the CEO and say, CEO, I think there is a glitch in the system. I was supposed to pay $36, but now I think I'm seeing more than $36. Please, can you retrieve the remaining? You couldn't say that. Integrity, it's a key to keep you going, even in AZINONET nation. All right. All right. Mr. Soga, your hand is still lifted. Do you have something to say? Mr. Soga, do you still have something to say?
Yeah, I have something to say. Two things. And like
Okay.
I said, the person that brought me in, because I've been given the permission to speak, I needed to check with him first. It's Mr. Abdulrazak.
I knew it's him. I knew it. I wanted to mention this. I knew it's him.
It was him that brought me in, and he's very passionate about everything he does, and that's the uniqueness in him. And like I said, it's not just to make him like integrity has spoken for him, that actually it came to a point that if he speaks, whether he calls it black or yellow, I don't check it. That's the extent of his integrity. I've dealt with him in a lot of things, and he has shown himself to be a brother indeed. And that's what I mean, that integrity matters a lot. And that is
Yes,
what
sir.
is wanting in Nigeria at the moment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, because of today, they don't think about tomorrow. It's about now, 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 now. But they forget there's always a tomorrow. Quitters, they don't win, and winners, they don't quit. If you really want to make an impact, you must give it all what it takes. You know, a lot of times we don't realize that we put a lot of energy in some things that will not even profit us. If you now see what will profit you, why don't you wake up and do something about it? You can change this generation for good just by this little in this opportunity that is it looks impossible, but if you really devote your time and every energy inside of you into it, you make a difference. Really, I believe in it. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And thank Mr. Abdulrazak for me. He's doing a wonderful job.
Sorry, break. Coach Mirabel, I believe you have been in the house. Please kindly mic and restore parity.
Sorry, please. You're breaking off. What did you say, sir?
Yes, I just, because have taken me off. I left off.
Oh dear, the network is okay. Oh dear, I can hardly hear you. Can anybody hear me? Oh dear, network is messy today. Oh dear, can you hear